Hey guys, I have quite the mess going on here. I've been cooking all day, but I'm trying out a new recipe and I thought I would share it with you guys. It's from the Food Network magazine for, what month is this? It doesn't say it. I believe it's September. We're going to try this out. Turkey and apple Swedish meatballs. They look good. So, you need 6 small shallots. That's what this is here. You want to finely chop them and put them in a pan with a tablespoon of vegetable oil and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And just let those go. And in the meantime, I'm going to take this apple that I just finished peeling and grate it. Just one apple. They use Granny Smith. This is a Red Delicious. There's some Brussels sprouts I just made. Yummy. Let me find my grater. Our shallots have been going for about 5 minutes. I think I had the heat too high, so I turned it down. I'm going to take 2 cloves of garlic. Just mince them, chop them, whatever you would like to do. Just get them in there. I'm using this handy garlic press thing, which actually, I believe I found at the dollar store. Or, wait, was it the dollar store? I don't know. Here's our garlic. And we're going to grate apple in there. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. Never made this recipe before. Never even heard of it. I mean, I've heard of Swedish meatballs, but not apple. Here's our apple. You're supposed to add cinnamon, but I'm going to leave that out. We don't like cinnamon in our meat like beef. We don't like it in our beef. Alright, we need a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. I have that on low. I had it too high. I had it on medium and it was just going too fast. Salt, you know, just to taste as much as you want. I'm going to let that go for a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, we're going to make the other part of it. Now this next part it says to do in a food processor, which I do not have. So we're just going to do it by hand. I'm going to add 3 cups of torn pumpernickel bread. I have this swirled pumpernickel rye, so I'm going to use that. Actually, I'm going to try cutting it because it's supposed to be done in the food processor, so it's supposed to be, you know, crushed up pretty good. And if you make this ahead of time, I would definitely leave the bread out. I guess I could have to get stale, so that it's easier. And you know, I guess I could have just toasted it, couldn't I? Yep, I could have. Okay, and bowl. So that was 3 slices. It says to use 3 cups. It's definitely not 3 cups. Maybe I'll just use my hand mixer. Never follow directions correctly. We're going to add 1 cup of whole milk which I don't have, but that's what the recipe calls for. I have 2% milk. I'm going to use that. And 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire. Worcestershire. 1 teaspoon of this. That looks good. So I'm going to grab my mixer and mix. The hand mixer actually worked pretty good. It says it's supposed to be like a paste. So it looks pretty disgusting. But it's like a paste, so there we go. Alright. Oh, we're supposed to add, okay, I better turn this back on. We're supposed to add the bread mixture to our shallot and apple mixture and garlic. So we'll put that in. This is definitely a different recipe. It says to cook it for about 4 minutes. So we're going to do that. So here's our meat. This is, oh, I said beef earlier. So this is what we're using. White ground turkey. It says to use 1 and... It says to use a little over a pound. I have 2 pounds here, so that's just what I'm going to use. Put it right in the bowl that you mixed your bread up in. And we're going to add an egg to it. Just 1, right? Yep, 1 egg. And it says to use the mixer to mix it all together, so. There's our bread mixture. We need to put it in a bowl and let it cool completely before we add it to the ground turkey. And I added another apple to it. I don't know, I just thought the 1 apple wasn't enough. So we're going to add the bread mixture to the turkey and the egg. And then we're going to mix that with the mixer. Here we are, all mixed in. Looks alright, I guess. It's different. We'll see how it is. We need to cover this and refrigerate it for 30 minutes before we make the meatballs. There's our Swedish meatballs. We got quite a bit out of that batch. So the oven's on 425 and it says cook them 15 to 20 minutes. So I set it for 15 and then we'll check it. Meatballs are done. Focus. There we go. They didn't take long at all. Took about like 16 minutes. So we're going to work on the gravy now. We need 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You're going to need some chicken broth. It says to use the low sodium. 2 tablespoons of flour. This stuff, I can't pronounce it. 1.5 teaspoons. And the chicken broth is 1.5 cups. So I'm going to double the gravy recipe because we like a lot of gravy in this family. So I have 4 tablespoons of the unsalted butter in the pan. I'm just going to melt that. Once that melts, I'm going to add the flour, which, because I'm doubling it, becomes, what was it, 2 tablespoons, I think? Let's see, yes, 2 tablespoons, so 4 tablespoons. I think you're just making a roux. We're going to whisk the flour in. Whoa, almost got my fingers. Tablespoon. There's the flour. You just whisk it in until it all mixes together and gets smooth. It only takes a couple seconds. Well, this recipe got all messed up because somebody got on the phone. So, my 3 cups of chicken broth, you're supposed to add it gradually, so I did that. And then added the 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire. How do you say it, babe? Worcestershire sauce. And I thought that was it. You know, you cook the gravy until it thickens and then pour it over, but it says to put the meatballs in it. So I put a couple in there for Dave. Nobody else is home. And then let it go for about 10 minutes. Is that it? 10 minutes. Yep. And we're having it over the mashed potatoes. You guys can't see that. It's all there we go. But you could have it over egg noodles too. When Dave tastes it, I'll have him give you his opinion. I don't know if it's any good. Let's get his reaction. I don't think it will be good.
Oh, it's good.
It is?
Yeah.
Really?
You're talking about meat, mashed potatoes, and gravy. One of my personal favorites.